Yes, I formed Information Security and Assurance Services Limited in 2011 as an independent cybersecurity and data protection consultancy firm. Waystone approached us in April 21 to form the Waystone Compliance Solutions team, and we were acquired with 4 other businesses across the globe to form this team. The goal behind it was to help our customers meet their regulatory requirements with regard to cybersecurity, data protection, and many of the other financial and regulatory obligations that they have. And that is the principal objective of the Compliance Solutions team. So I'm the managing director of the company, and we have a team of consultants that provide penetration testing, cybersecurity advisory, a multitude of supports to and assurance services to our customers. And we also provide similar services in the data protection area. More and more, data protection is a regulatory focus across the globe, and we've had the European General Data Protection Regulation, the GDPR as we know it, has come into force since 2018, and that has been a huge focus for financial services customers, and we have been able to help them meet their obligations under the GDPR and data protection. So our role is to help our customers and provide them with assurance so that they meet their regulatory obligations in the different jurisdictions and protect their stakeholder assets, whether it's their customers or their investors. Again, it's about providing assurance. What we want to help our customers with is to test their cybersecurity, to test their readiness, to test their alignment with the regulatory obligations that they have in their jurisdictions, to make sure that they can operate efficiently and that they can operate securely in those areas and protect customer assets and their investor commitment to the organizations. Equally, with data protection, they have obligations to the personal data that they process for the key investors, for customers, for retail investors that they may have on the different platforms or solutions. And they need to be able to provide regulators and their investors and their customers the assurance that they take data protection seriously and that they have the proper processes and procedures to actually do that for them. We rely very heavily on very advanced technology. When you think of who our adversaries are, they are the cyber criminals, often nation states, and they have very highly advanced technical capabilities themselves. We must deploy and stay ahead of, as much as we can, those threats and help our customers in that battle too. We spend a lot of our time investigating what are the newest technologies, what is artificial intelligence doing for us, and other defense mechanisms to make sure that our customers stay one step ahead of the threat, or as far as ahead as is possible. It's absolutely critical. We have seen so many breaches and incidents over the last couple of years. It gives a very clear picture as to the threat that exists out there. And we've even heard in the national media, both in Europe, across the States, and in the Far East, that the threat that everybody sees now is cyber. There is nation-state activity that is very strong and very focused on what are seen as unfriendly nations, and the whole war that we have seen across the Ukraine with Russia, that has destabilized a lot of the cyber area that we've become very comfortable with in the past, and that has created a lot of conflict in the cyber area. We're seeing in the Middle East that conflict has escalated into commercial attacks and attacks against industry. So right now the cyber field is one that needs constant investment. The national cybersecurity centres across the European states are all stating that the biggest threat to economies and to the financial services industry is from cyber threats and cyber attacks. It is very important that we stay ahead of that threat, and we spend a lot of time working very closely with the National Cybersecurity Centres, with the threat intelligence community. We have invested in our own research and development. We have our own intern programs here where we're bringing people in at master's levels from cyber programs that are running at third level and fourth level to make sure that we have got very smart, very capable people who are working with us and our customers to stay ahead of the cyber threat and to make sure customers are informed as to what the cyber threat is and what are appropriate remediations or defenses that they can put in place against this threat. I think the forthcoming regulations across Europe and that will have an impact across the globe following that, such as DORA, the Digital Operation Resilience Act. We've got the NIS2, the Network and Information Security Directive that is coming into force as well across Europe. We're seeing the increased focus on overall resilience, and I think the recent media recognition of the impact from the CrowdStrike event, where upwards of 8 million computers across the globe were taken off the air, shows very clearly how resilience is a critical piece to be looking at. And tied into resilience is ransomware. That threat hasn't gone away, and in fact it has evolved, and it has become even more insidious than it has before. And we might talk about that in a little more detail.